Hi everyone, it's Glenda with Fralins and Friends Crafts Plus. Another one of my silly openings. I'm going to attempt to draw and color a flamingo. I've never seen a real flamingo. I've seen pictures though. Let's get to this. Okie dokie. They've got these big honky beaks. Big honking long beaks. And these little old heads that just kind of... Yeah, the beak fits in like that. And tiny little beady eyes. I don't know about beady, but they're tiny. Okay, I'm going to put his body down here. You have a big body, a very long, curvy neck. And they have big old wings. I wondered why they don't seem to have any thigh over their stilty legs. Well, it's because it's all covered with wings. And the wings kind of cover the whole body, really. That's going to need a little correction. Evidence right here. I plugged my cell phone in. And so now it wants to get noisy on me. And they have these nice... While I'm doing this, I thought I'd give you a few fun facts that I've learned about flamingos. It is from the Spanish word for fire. And I don't know, maybe flamenco comes from that same word because it's a very fiery dance. That's just my own little... Although it probably is. Anyway. Oh yes, erasers. I do need to use those, but who don't? Okay, back to the show. Flamingos are pink because of what they eat. They like to be in mud flats or small saltwater mud ponds or whatever. And they eat by... They stir it all up with their feet, and then they get their beaks down in there, and they grab whatever fish and plankton they need or want, and they turn their beaks upside down because there's a sieve in the top of their beak. And it strains out all the mud and the water, and then all they have left are the shrimp and plankton and that kind of stuff that they like to fill themselves with. That sounds like fun, huh? You want to eat muddy water? Me neither. They can have it. What's fascinating is they are only from about 4, maybe 5 feet tall, and they only weigh up to maybe 8 pounds. They have a very low body weight. but that's how they fly. They have these big bodies, but they're not heavy, and that's how they fly. Flamingos are tropical birds. That means they live where it's warm. I don't blame them. I want to go where it's warm. The only time you see their blackness on their wings is when they're flying, because they have black on the bottom of their wings, but they're usually folded under when they're standing. But they do fly, and that's why they don't weigh very much, because if they weighed very much, then they couldn't fly, because they are big. So I'm trying to not make everything quite as pink as everything else, and try to get some feathery types of, so it looks a little feathery in there. While I try and do it so that it'll get done within one sitting. But, okay, back to things about flamingos. Let's see, I said they strain their muddy water from the bottom of the lake through their beaks. The reason they like those mud flats or whatever, it's because they don't have a lot of predators there. So they're able to peacefully eat, and they're usually in big groups. They're all different. I mean, there's like 6 different distinct species of flamingo, and they're all a little different. Mostly, I think, in their coloring, maybe their size. The North American ones, which surprised me, have their numbers are greatly reduced. And it's like, I've never heard of anybody eating a flamingo. Have you? I don't know if they do or not. I've never heard of it. So I don't know what's happening to their numbers, or if they just decided to go someplace else. But evidently, we don't have as many of them as we used to have. But they are a funny looking bird. They're a funny bird to us as humans, because we're funny looking to them. Well, we are. So when they have them in zoos, if they don't feed them a proper diet of shrimp and the right kind of colorings in their foods, they will lose their pinkness. They'll go back to their white. The chicks are white when they're born. They get pinker as they get older and start feeding themselves from their little muddy lakes and stuff. They're little swampies, I guess I could call them, although I don't think they're swamps. But I digress. Do I? I don't know what I do, but I'm trying to give this poor bird some kind of a. I was going to put him in the water, but then I thought, how do I? Then I'd have to hide his legs, and I've already made his legs, so you don't get to get him in the water. Although there's some water nearby, I'm sure there is somewhere. So now I said before that the North American flamingo is the one that is decreasing in numbers. However, they're not considered endangered. They're of concern, slight concern. And it's not because anybody's killing them or anything. I was kind of goofing around before. It's because their habitats are being goofed up. They're losing habitat. And that's kind of what happens with a lot of things. We take over their habitat and they leave. They go somewhere else. But around the world, they are all just fine and doing finer. If you were looking at the landscape around this that I'm making, you would think, wow, that bird is gigantic. But actually, he's only about 4 or 5 foot tall. So he's about as tall as me at the head. That makes me feel even so much shorter. But they eat crustaceans and like shrimp and stuff. I think I told you something like that about that. They group in flocks of hundreds. There are hundreds of them a lot of times in a flock. And they, both the male and the female, will pair up. Excuse me. They'll build a nest and they'll both sit on the egg until it hatches. But they're little thieves if they can grab somebody else's nest and they don't want to make their own, they'll do it. Yeah, they can be little thieves. So they do guard their nests. Because when you got hundreds of flamingos out there trying to steal your nest, let's just say you try and protect it.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. Take a step back to see the truth around you. From a distance you can tell. You and me were meant to be.
There's a flamingo. I hope you enjoy it. I think he's enjoying being watched. From the state of Nebraska, from Florida to you. Okay. Thank you for watching. So, I have enjoyed having this to do. It's a break in what I was doing. Gives me a break from all of the Christmas stuff, although I still need to finish on that. Please subscribe and click the notification bell and give me a thumbs up. Our little flamingo. What do we want to name him? Who's going to name the flamingo? I can't remember who asked for him. Right now he's just big and pink. We'll just call him Big Pink Bird for now. Until I find out who asked for him, and then they can name him. Oh. Take care of yourselves. Stay well. Out of trouble, please. I love you. Smile and wave at somebody. Tell them hi. That smile means friendly, and that wave means I acknowledge you. So, I don't know how many of those I can throw. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.